Hey everybody, and welcome to Let's Look at Dead Man's Draw. This is the genre of game that I'm kind of a big sucker for, and I apologize for the repetitive main menu music that you're going to hear here as I explain the very basic gist of the game. But it is a competitive card game, not in the same vein as like a Hearthstone, almost in the same vein as maybe something you would play, you know, in the cafeteria in high school. Almost like a new version of Crazy Eights or a new version of Euchre or something like that. It's a two-player game. As I understand it, it's reasonably popular. It's got its roots in the kind of pirate tradition from, you know, the age of expansion and colonialism. This is the first time I've ever played it, and my general thoughts on this game so far, which by the way is available on Steam for $10, is that the card game itself, pretty good. I'm having fun with it. The product itself maybe doesn't do the best things that it could do with the card game. It's kind of feature barren, but anyway, we're gonna play some here. Why don't we play an earlier mission? Maybe we'll start on shoving off. These all basically take the form of tournaments here, so we'll play against this guy and his spyglass here, and I'll explain exactly how this game works. So Dead Man's Draw, in case you're not familiar, is a card game which is based on score. So, you know, every card is a value from 0 to, or I guess 2 to 7. It might be 1, but I think it's 2 to 7. And there are 10 different suits. When you have a card that's part of a suit, the highest value of that suit is what goes to your point total, if that makes sense. So, for example, I'll start clicking on cards here. Basically, you just draw until you're done. I have the 6 of mermaids right now, and the 3 of Kraken. Just ignore the fact that I am doing, there's other effects here that I have to take part in. The 3 of Hook and the 5 of Treasure Chest. So I'm going to pick these up, but what I do want to point out is it's got the score over here on the right side, 17. 6 plus 3 plus 3 plus 5, that is 12 plus 5, 17. If we got like a 4 of Treasure Chests, it would still be worth 17 because only your highest card in each individual suit counts. So the way that it basically goes is that we alternate turns, and they pick up as many cards as they're comfortable with, I pick up as many cards as I'm comfortable with, and then you bank whatever score that you get. Now, every one of these cards also has a differential effect, but also what I wanted to talk about is if you draw 2 of the same cards, that's your incentive not to just continue drawing, you bust. Not 2 of the same cards, sorry, 2 of the same suit. Every card has a special effect as well, so let's see if we get some here. Alright, so the Kraken is kind of like a detrimental special effect. It forces you to draw 2 more cards, which is dangerous because you might bust, but it's also a 7, which is pretty good because right now we only have a 3, so we get 4 extra points for that. But we busted, so we don't get any points for that. Now, the number on the left side is the number of cards that are left in the deck. So once the deck goes down to 0, that's when the game ends and whoever has the most points wins. And this is a game where, you know, you can have a pretty major lead, but it can be eroded really quickly. We've got the 7 of Mermaids, we got the 3 of Oracle, and what the Oracle does is allow us to see the next card so we know if we're gonna bust. Now, I would love to keep going, but unfortunately the Oracle has showed us that there's another Oracle coming next, so we have to stop here. I don't know if all these rules exist in what is, you know, the canonical rules of Dead Man's Draw, but it creates kind of like a cool synergistic effect that happens here. I'll try to see if I can get one that can explain it, one combination that can explain it. The anchor has a good special effect, but we can't use it here. So one good synergistic effect is if we get a treasure chest and a key, then we get double the amount of cards. We just pick up randomly, or random cards up to the number that we've actually collected. But let's see here. So, that sucks so bad that we got the Kraken there, because it's basically a guaranteed bust if you get it that late. We'll see, though. One combination that's really good is if you draw a sword, that allows you to steal a card from an enemy, and then the cannon allows you to discard one of the enemy's cards. We're getting our asses kicked right now. So what you can do if you get a sword, let's see if we can make this happen, please. Okay, actually, here's a good one. The mermaid allows you to play a card that you've already played again. So what we can actually do is play our anchor card. And this kind of works like the bank feature in something like, you know, The Weakest Link. Basically, we can't lose those previous 9 points that are prior to the anchor in the card order here. Here we go, we got the sword. I was thinking that I would take the treasure chest, or sorry, I was thinking that I would take the cannon, and then basically use sword, take 2 points and the cannon card away from them, and then you can make them discard one of their cards, like maybe this key that's worth 7 points. But instead, I'm actually just going to take their key, and the reason for this is I don't have a key, so I've got 26 total points now. This is actually really good. Plus, I get double cards, as you can see, because I have key and treasure chest. So let's try this out. So it is really like you're building your own score, but you're also trying to undermine your enemy's score as much as possible, and it can lead to some huge swings in terms of points. Like this guy is going to get double the cards when he collects here, and he's going to collect right away. And the hook card, which we have seen, but let's see if we can get another one to pop up, allows you to play a card from your own hand. So by playing a card from your own hand, you can, you know, continually kind of set up these synergistic affairs if you want. So why don't we do it this time? We'll take his cannon. That takes 3 points away, or 1 point away from him, because he has another card there, a 2 cannon, and then we'll shoot his hook away, so that he's going to lose 6 points there. Now, we could continue to draw, so I am. And then this is the map. The map allows us to choose a card from the discard pile, or the bust pile. And I'm going to take the hook, because the hook allows me to then play whatever I want. And after playing the hook, I think I am going to play the Oracle, so I can see what the next card is, and I can see that the next card is a hook, so I don't want to take it, and we'll make the enemy take it, and we'll just bank our points. So there's a lot of strategy that goes on here. I think it's a really unique card game. And compared to something like Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering, it's not in the same vein at all, but it moves a lot faster was the thing that I was about to say. I guess we can afford to take this anchor. It moves a lot faster, and I appreciate that because that means that games are over in 5 minutes as opposed to 15. Now, I really should have just taken the cards, I guess. We still get to get that 7 sword, but still. Yeah, the fact that games move a little bit quicker is awesome. The unfortunate part of Dead Man's Draw, as it exists as a PC product, is that it is really, really feature barren for a card game online. Really, all you have is this like tournament or career mode. I'll talk about this just as I finish going through this because I can't think and talk at the same time, which is a real detriment when you're in the line of work that I am. This would give us 5 points. I'm gonna draw one more. Oh, and that gives us a hook. So with that hook, I want to put down maybe an Oracle. And maybe I'll put down a map instead. The reason, by the way, I'm not putting down a sword is because with a sword, you can only take one of the enemy's suits that you don't have, and we have every suit. So I'm going to put down the map. That allows us to choose something else. Kraken, treasure chest, or key. It doesn't really matter, so I'm just going to put down the key, and then we'll bank our cards and finish. But yeah, you really only have this single player kind of like versus the AI tournament mode, and this would be so much better and so much more worth $10. Not that I'm of that camp, you know, that is like $10. Well, that's ridiculous for a game that I could still get like 4 hours of gameplay out of. But sincerely, it would be a way easier purchase to recommend if it actually had online multiplayer, so that you could play against your friends online. Because really, the main draw for me in playing this like in a digital representation as opposed to, you know, in a physical representation is there's a lot of rules. Keeping score can be a little bit complicated, a little bit time consuming, and the game kind of does it for you. So this is like a really convenient way to play a game that's complicated like this. Same way I feel about Blood Bowl. I can't imagine, I know there's people out there, play Blood Bowl, you know, look at the dice rolls themselves. It probably takes 3 or 4 hours a game. I can't even imagine. Even Blood Bowl digitally takes an hour, at least, maybe even 2 hours if you're playing with 4-minute turns. But anyway, if they only had online multiplayer in this, it would be a lot easier to recommend, is the kind of point that I'm finishing here. Now, this is a very important moment. They have 7 more points than me. I need to make them discard as much as possible. What should I get rid of? Let's get rid of the keys here. So they've lost a lot of points there. We're going to go up to 50, but the problem is that they could still get way more than 6 points just by drawing again, because there's 2 cards left. So now we get into the kind of meta game of I want to bust all these cards out, basically. Like, I want to get rid of these cards so they have no chance, but if I bust, then they're going to win for sure. And I did bust, so almost certainly they're just going to win for sure. That gives them 1 point, and that is actually enough for them to win by 1. I feel like such a goddamn idiot. What's cool is that there is kind of like an RPG-style mechanic going on in the game, so even when you lose, you get experience, and this experience allows you to unlock some stuff. Let's play that guy again, because it really doesn't matter who we're playing against. One of the things that we've unlocked is all of those card abilities that you've seen, but also, kind of like in Peggle, you can customize your own character, and you can give them what they call a trait. So my trait right now, I only have 1 selected, is, or only 1 unlocked actually, is that it allows me, instead of just discarding 1 card with cannons, the highest card that they have in a suit stack, I can discard the entire suit stack. So if they have a 7, a 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2 in cannons, for example, I can just get rid of all of those. So they're going to lose all 7 points as opposed to just the difference between the highest card and their next highest card. Soon we'll get Oracle reveals 3 cards instead of 1. That would also be really useful. But anyway, let's just take Master Gunner, and we'll continue onwards here. And I'll just give some more commentary as we play through here, like some more, I don't know, stream of consciousness dialogue, if you will, so that you can get a little bit more of a feel. Oh, I thought that was going to happen. A little bit more of a feel for how the actual strategy works for me. So I'm psyched he drew a cracking card. But unfortunately, because he drew it so early, he was very unlikely to bust there. Mermaid means nothing, but we can actually take his anchor card, which will bank 8 points for us with the mermaid and the sword. I'm going to go, yeah, I'm going to bank out here. Or cash out here, I should say. So he's got a treasure chest and a map, and they're both worth 7, which is crazy. Now he's going to double his cards, and this could be an enormous turn for him. Yeah, he's going to gain like 20-something there. I think 21 exactly, so he's up to 30. I hate drawing Mermaid card first, because it's one of the best cards in the game, but only if you get it a little bit later in the pile. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. Okay, that's my fault. The controls in the game are actually totally fine. That's just me being an idiot. So he got a sword. Actually, he got a hook, played a sword, took my mermaid, got to play the sword again, and is now going to bank 29 points, and I'm down 52 to 12. That's not a good position to be in. Okay, I'm going to try to... I can't really do what I want to do here, actually. Let's, we'll take his... I'm trying to think what would be best here. I'm going to take his map, because it's worth 7, and then I'm going to drop an oracle. That's going to give me another map, which is not very good, because I'm going to bust out. But I can still take the 14 points that we got there. He's probably going to take the sword. Oh, he's going to take the cannon, make me discard my sword, probably. Oh, my 7 map. Okay. I like to make them discard the sword, because the sword can then... It plays into so many other cards that's dangerous. Again, we get a mermaid first and second. That's what's bullshit, but, you know, that's the luck of the draw. All right, anchor comes out. Kraken could make him bust. Yep, okay. 27 cards left in the deck. We need one of those patented big swings I was talking about. Let's blow up all of his sword cards. Get those out of there. All right, so then we can play one from our own hand. I'm going to play a sword. Yeah, by using the sword, I'm going to take his map. Hopefully his map allows me to play a mermaid. It does. So we're going to take that mermaid, and then we're going to play the sword again. And then I'm going to steal his anchor. And then we're going to put our anchor down there. So now we have 21 points guaranteed, and we took a lot off of him as well. And since a lot of these points are guaranteed, even though we're fairly likely to bust, I want to keep drawing, because we're only going to lose out on 3 points if we fuck it up. Oh, this is bad. So let's see if we survive. Okay. Please give me a treasure chest. Oh my god. We got 31 points there and actually vaulted into first place. And we got an achievement because we got 9 cards at once, which is pretty crazy, I think. Now, he's got some synergy going on of his own. He's going to make me discard via that cannon that he got, but he's only got a small lead now, which is very good. So I can take either a key or a treasure chest. I'm going to take the treasure chest because it's worth 7 points, and I have 0 there, so that's just a free 7 points, basically. I'm going to use my cannon to force him to discard his oracle. That's 9 points. I think I'm just going to bank out there because, or cash out there, sorry, because we're 14 points up now, which feels pretty good. He's probably going to go for that 7 sword, then take a cannon. Oh, no, he can only take oracle. All right. So at least he doesn't have too many, like, offensive opportunities here. He's going to be a little bit higher than me, but that's okay. We're going to have a sword that gets played that allows us to take a key. It's only worth 4 points, so I think we can keep going here. We busted. Would have been a better idea to just cash out, but that's okay. He's probably going to make me discard the treasure chest. That doesn't bother me because that gives me more suits that I can take from him, actually. He can play the cannon again as a result of that mermaid. Gets rid of the map. And now, hopefully he busts out. Otherwise, we could find ourselves in a pretty nasty position here. Oh, no, he's got another combo coming. Now he's got double the cards there. And with only 8 cards left in the deck, it's going to be very difficult for me to come back from whatever deficit he's going to have. He could have 60 points. 56. All right, anchor first is meaningless, but it's worth 7, so that's 4 points for us. The map could be big. I would guess we use the sword, and then I would steal... I could only steal map and treasure chest, so I guess we actually might as well just take the key. That's going to take us up to 54 points. We still need to get a little bit more. Oh, we got the treasure chest. And that's 21 points, which would put us slightly in the lead. Plus, we get to double our cards. He still has 4 cards left to go, but I think this is the right idea for us to try to get as many points as possible. So we go up to 64. He's got 0. He's got 0. Oh, he busted! I think we might have just won that one with a miraculous final turn. Sure, it doesn't really matter what we take here because we have higher cards in basically every suit. But hey, 1 point for us. We win 65 to 56. So, you know, this is a fairly easy AI, all things considered, when it comes down to who you play in Dead Man's Draw. We unlocked our Mystic card, or Mystic trait, I should say, so why don't we go use that? And I will go back to our tournament mode here, and why don't we play whoever we're playing next? Busted cards go to your opponent. That is, so there's different variations, I guess, that come up with every different tournament. Busted cards go to your opponent instead of the bust pile. That seems real scary. I'm going to change my trait to Oracles reveal 3 cards instead of 1, and then we'll get started here. You know, the gameplay is basically the same every single time. I guess we'll play the mermaid here. And that's so we can play the anchor card again, and that's going to keep those banked for us. And I think 22 is a pretty good place to be, because I don't want to give her the cards by busting out. Yeah, again, gameplay is pretty much the same after you unlock all of the card abilities, because when it starts out, it's pretty vanilla, just to kind of tutorialize the game. But then it becomes more difficult, or not more difficult, but more nuanced as time goes on. So this is really good when you have a Kraken card and then you draw a hook. That allows you to pick what you're going to put in your second slot there. So I think we're going to put a mermaid, just so that we don't have the Kraken thing anymore. And then we'll play the hook again, and then we'll play the... We can play the cannon, but I actually like the map a little bit more here. And with that map, we then play the Oracle. Oracle reveals 3 cards. I'm just gonna obviously cash out there because I didn't want to put myself in a terrible position. I guess it doesn't reveal 3 cards if the first card is something that you obviously don't want to see. So they busted, or she busted and gave me the points here. So we can see 3 cards. Oh. Maybe? I don't know. We'll click on the Mermaid. The Mermaid will let us play the Oracle again. Oh, so it just keeps them turned up in the deck. I got it. So we got the Treasure Chest, and then it's the second Oracle, so we're just gonna, again, cash out here. We're doing pretty well so far. This Oracle ability seems really useful. She's gonna be able to play the Oracle again. The Anchor is gonna bank those cards for her, so she's gonna be able to get nearly to my score. That's okay. We don't have an Anchor card yet, so it might be good to take this, but I also really like the idea of taking the Hook, and then we hook into Oracle, and then it's just immediately a map card again. So that was actually kind of poor. It would have been way better for us to take the Anchor there. But she's going to take the Cannon, use the Cannon to discard my Treasure Chest, which again doesn't really bother me that much because it means I can steal hers very easily. Hopefully she busts out here. Nope, she's just going to play it a little bit more conservatively, probably because of that new special feature. Alright, Mermaid allows us to replay the Key, which is not the best card to replay, but it does guarantee us not busting out on the Kraken, although we busted out immediately afterwards. Still 24 cards left in the deck. That's about halfway here. Treasure Chest isn't going to do too much. In fact, it might just be another bust target. Nope, they're going to be fine. Play the map again. Probably the Key now, and then cards are going to be doubled. So obviously I am hoping that she busts here, but she's just going to cash out. And she's going to be 52 to 33 up on me. That's not very good. But I can steal the Anchor. And again, I have 0 Anchor, so I think that's a good thing to take. We get the Cannon. I'm going to force her to discard... that only took 1 point off of her. That sucks. I should have looked for something with, like, nothing else in its stack. Because she had a 7 in an Oracle, and then when I killed it, she just had a 6 behind it. So that was only 1 point of a swing. Not very good. Oh, that was the second sword? I don't feel good about that. At least we do have a sword in our hand now, which means I can actually... you know, take cards off of her. But it's kind of frustrating because I've been just feeding her 7s and 6s, as you can see in her hand right now. She's got a crazy amount of pretty decent cards. Okay, so she doesn't have anything behind this 6 Oracle now. Actually, I'm going to take her 6 Hook. There you go. That's 6 points off of her. One more. Okay, and we get double cards now. This is what I was waiting for. So we should go higher than her. We're up to 58 now. She's at 53. But she... may have the opportunity to actually... there's no bust pile, maybe? So the map doesn't work like that? Oh, come on, bust. Oh, she's going to be able to discard something of mine. Yep, that's a smart play because I have nothing behind that 7 key. But she did bust, and that's only going to give her 3 points. So she's only up by 1. Alright, so I have the... I'm just trying to think, because if I play the sword, I can't take anything from her because she doesn't have any... or, actually, I could take her key. That might be really useful, actually. Let's play the sword. Take her key. Takes 1 point off of her, but gives me many points. And one more. Oh, that was so stupid of me, because if I had just stuck with it, I would have at least gotten some guaranteed points, and then she probably would have busted out. God damn it. That's all because I played my own sword, by the way. I think this is pretty much a guaranteed loss for me at this point. Yeah. Oh, she could play the Hook again, and then maybe, like, drop a Cannon. Yep, and then make me discard something. Smart play, I guess. I lost 4 points there, and she's gonna win with some overkill. That is probably gonna do it. There's, you know, 3 or 4 matches of Dead Man's Draw. It's $10 on Steam. It's not a game that is gonna appeal to as many people as it should, I think. And that's not because it's a bad game. I think it's just... I make the distinction. Is it a bad game? Absolutely not. I think Dead Man's Draw is actually pretty fun. You heard me going over the commentary and strategy. You know, it's not the deepest strategy game of all time, probably, but it's got that kind of, like, casual level of accessibility and accessible strategy that means, you know, people can play together and have a good time. I do think it's kind of an unideal product, if you will. Not having online multiplayer seems like a major loss to me, and I think that's like a very genuine and legitimate complaint. And, you know, not having just like a skirmish mode, exclusively having one mode, gives us a very iOS feel at a kind of like premium iOS price. You know, it's $10. It's not going to break your bank. And if you want to check out Dead Man's Draw, this is one way to do so in a way that's pretty accessible, as long as you're okay with just playing against the AI. But it does feel a little bit like it could have been better with a little bit more polish. But as always, thanks for watching. If you want to pick up the game, there will be a link to it in the video description below. It'll be to the Steam store page. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to show your support by clicking the like button or subscribing if you want to see more videos like this in your homepage on a daily basis. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.